Hey miners, Mining King here. Today we're going to be talking about overclocking for the 6700 XT on Alephium. So let's get right into it. Before we get into the actual overclocking, little disclaimer here because I know everyone likes to say, "Oh, I can't get these overclocks to work," things like that. So just realize this: when you're talking about overclocking, there's several varying factors when it comes to overclocking. One, it could be silicon lottery, right? It could be power. It could be a varying things in the rigs, right? Your silicon lottery might not be good as mine, and might not be as good as, and my GPUs may not be as good as yours, right? So maybe you could even tune them down further. So this is like, I would use this as like kind of a guideline, and I'll kind of get into that here in a minute of what you should actually be doing when you're overclocking. All right, so we're over here at my Hive OS, and this is my rigs out in Kansas right now. And as you can see, we're getting about 940 to 950 mega hash, and we're doing about 55 to 60 watts in the software. Now, as a disclaimer, I did say that you want to do it in increments, right? So if I'm at 675 millivolts, you might want to start at 700 and then slowly tune your way down, right? And if I'm at 1900 on the core, you may want to start at 1800 and slowly add up, right? This way you can find your level of stability. Now, I'm a kind of miner where I don't get super aggressive because I'm really busy and I don't want to watch my rigs like 4 or 5 times a day waiting for one to crash and having to reset it, right? So if you want to be more aggressive, you can. Just as a disclaimer, you may run into instability with your rigs. So let's get into the overclocks. I'm at 1900 on the core, 800 on the core voltage, 675 on the memory controller voltage, 950 on the memory clock, 1100 on the memory voltage, and 775 on the SoC VDD max. Now, there is some secret sauce here, and this goes out to shout out to Kiwi Miner. I don't know if you guys have ever heard of him or watch him, but he is a AMD overclocker. He does get really aggressive with his overclock, so if you do decide to use his overclocks, I would say to heavily add on top of his because his millivolts are extremely low and I find them to be extremely unstable, at least for me, but he does them in single GPU variants, which is why he's able to get them so tuned down so far, because it does, having more GPUs on the rig does affect the power stability. So this is going to be the command you're going to have to enter. It's going to be right here, this MOTD grep Radeon bash command. So just know this though, with the bash command, you will have to enter this command every time you change an overclock and every time you reboot the rig, right? So I'll do a demonstration here for you guys so you guys can know what this is. So we'll change this to 1850 and then we'll wait a minute or so and then we'll see that the wattage here on the cards will go up. So you can see here that the wattages on the card has went up to 73 watts away from the 55-60 watts. So they'll slowly go up and they'll go up, all the cards will go up over time. So because I made a change on the overclock, the cards did go up in wattage and our rig wattage is definitely going up. It's going to get about to 780, somewhere in there, you know what I mean, if I let them all populate like 750. So what we're going to do is we're going to change it back to 1900. And then I will enter in run the command again. But the nice thing is though, is once you put the command in one time, you can just come over here to this run command tab, click it, and then just click this, which is the command I've already ran before, and then click run. And then it will run the command again. So just kind of keep that in mind moving forward when you are using this command. But once again, thank you to Kiwi Crypto Miner. I was going over his Caspa and some of his core intensive algorithm videos, and I came across this command, and it does work for Alephium. So as you can see now, you can see the top card is dropping its wattage again. So all of them are they're all dropping down now. So this will go back down to like the 610 range. So really cool to see that. Now let's get over to hashrate.no and let's do a comparison of what these GPUs should be doing on this particular, algorithm here. or at least what they have. Now, hashrate.no is a good place to start. They do not measure wattage from the wall. This is something I've had a huge complaint about hashrate.no for AMD. They never measure from the wall. Because, yeah, you're not going to get it that low from the wall. But they have it at 1800 on the core, 1000 on the memory, and then they have a 675 undervolt. Depending upon how far you want to tune the cards, you could definitely tune it down from 1900. You could use less wattage and maybe find some better stability. Me, I'm setting mine on a little bit on the, I'm going to say medium to high side because I just want stability. Now you could tune this down a little bit further. This is going to be pretty low. But according to them though, they're getting about 870 mega hash for 39 watts. That's probably more like 55, 60 watts software. Probably more like 55 in the software for 870. And I'm getting about 950-ish, so I'm almost at a giga hash. So I think we're doing pretty good as far as the efficiency ratings. Sorry, I wanted to kick out a video today. Today's Tuesday. I'm super under the weather. I'm sick from CES, not feeling great. But I wanted to make a video for you guys, so I did a overclocking video since I know everybody's really trying to mine Alephium right now. It's a pretty popular. So let me know what you guys think about these overclocks. Are you guys going to use them, or do you guys have even better overclocks? Let me know down in the comments down below which your guys' overclocks are and what you're mining with, to mine your lithium. All right, guys, this is the Money King giving you the most hashes, and I'll see you next time.